Well, look what we have here. I did not expect this to show up this soon. It feels like it was just yesterday, and I know it was actually a couple of days ago, but it feels very recent that the Paul Phoenix trailer just came out, and then right on the heels of that we have martial law, which I guess kind of makes sense because Paul and law go a little bit hand in hand. But I said in that video, in that trailer reaction, that I hope the next one is law, and here he is now. If I could have picked any character to take a raw hero, I would personally like to see Huawei would make an appearance. You know, that's my main. I'm sure he'll be in the game. He's Jin's rival and Jin's the poster boy, so I ain't got no doubts about that. But he'll show up when he shows up. But for now, we got the martial law gameplay trailer for Tekken 8. I just rolled out of bed not too long ago, seeing that this was up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my reaction to it. And we might go ahead, rewind it back, see if we can pick out any little details, break it down a tiny little bit, see what's up with the what's up. But let's go ahead and get into a martial law gameplay. And I believe this might actually be the first official naming, because there was debate about whether or not it was martial law or force law. And well, it is indeed martial law, even though I think Harad already confirmed which one it was on Twitter, but I digress. Also, quick note, if you're seeing this video the day it's being uploaded, 5 p.m. Eastern time, I will be live on stream at twitch.tv/LotusAsakura. Link is in the description down below, playing through more of the Dragon Ball Z Budokai series. We're going to go back to Budokai 1 to do something real quick, then we're going to finish up Budokai 2 and probably moving on to Budokai 3. So, if that interests you at all, be sure to pull up to the stream. But that being said, let's get into the Tekken trailer. My fault, I've already held y'all up long enough. Unreal Engine, we already know what's up with the what's up.
Get ready for the next battle.
This announcer gets me kind of hype every single time. That song, the announcer gets me hype every time. Tekken 8!
Challenger! Come and get some. I dare you.
Martial Law! Let's get it. The nunchaku are sick, man. I think this is the coolest Law has ever looked. Ooh, that looked kind of brutal. Parry into I'm glad the nunchaku is like actually part of his kit and isn't just locked behind like a rage guard or rage drive, but isn't like a constant thing. Oh my, yo, what were they calling Law? When he first got revealed, Liver King or something like that. I don't know who that is. I think it's like some gym dude who like doesn't take performance enhancers, or claims he doesn't, but very clearly does or something. I don't know. Yo, he looks sick. Yeah, I like how the nunchaku are like part of his kit, but are not like his main way of attacking. Because obviously weaponry shouldn't be like your main thing in Tekken. I'm looking at you, Noctis, but it's fine. Noctis was kind of cool. He just should have been in Soul Calibur, not Tekken. Woos! Wipe the nose! Wipe the nose! This is sick. I'm trying to think, is Law maybe my... Yo, the Bruce Lee stuff. Oh man, Law might have my second favorite trailer so far. It might be third behind Jin, because Jin was also really, really cool. Law might have the better rage art though. Go ahead, run it back one more time. All right, let's go ahead and run some of this back, take a bit of a closer look at it. But yeah, I'm infatuated with this new redesign for Law. I love all the new nunchuck moves. Nunchaku. If you hear me jump back and forth between what I call it, I've always heard it pronounced both ways, so I've never really settled on which way I believe is actually supposed to be properly pronounced. And I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me, well, actually, it's supposed to be pronounced this way, but whatever. Down forward 2. Yeah. Again, so that move like looks like a power crush, but it also looks like it kind of has like heat or something. Like I don't know if he's building heat or exerting heat or what, but like the like blue sparks and like kind of flames that are coming off of him, it looks like the same kind of aura that you see whenever like heat is involved with something. So I'm not too certain what that's all about. So that move looks pretty plus on block, and the parry just looks so sick. Yo, what a whiff punish! What a crazy whiff punish! I just need you to see the intensity of this. Oh, can I go frame by frame? Like run it back. Also, I just realized I forgot to double check to make sure we was in 1080p 60 when I did this, but I just need y'all to Paul whiffs, right? What is that? His down forward 2, and then whoops, didn't mean to do that. Just look at also look at Paul's hair. Yo, I didn't realize there would be that much like actual motion with it. Why am I having such a hard time going frame by frame? Hello, YouTube? Usually when you use the period in the comment, there you go. You can go frame by frame, but YouTube's giving me a really hard time with that. There's so much movement in Paul's hair. He looked like he going through it. Anyway, wall splat, wall combo. That boy is pumped. That mid looks vicious, by the way. that mid looks vicious, and there's like hardly it reminds me of what is it, Fang back one? Don't quote me on that. I don't play Fang at all. I don't think I've ever even tried Fang. But Fang has a move that kind of reminds me of that. I am personally going to be eating that a lot. What is this supposed to be like? The 1-inch punch, I guess, basically. It looks sick. It looks really sick. And then his flip kicks. His flip kicks does I don't know what we're calling it now, bound or tailspin or what. I guess we don't really have an official name for it yet in Tekken 8 for what the new, thing is that you get where, you can extend the combo after you launch them, whatever. But I guess I'm gonna just continue to call it tailspin for now. More heat stuff. Also the explosion in the back, a nice little touch. Yeah, I'm gonna just call it tailspin for now. Be honest. So the wall break, the 1-inch punch for the wall break, that's pretty sick. I like that. Hey! Did we see Law's Rage Art before? I don't really remember. That's fire. It's fire. He looks really, really cool. And then this pose, you see the kicks, man. Law looks really cool. I've always thought Law is a pretty cool character. I mean, obviously, anytime you have a character like Law or Lei, when you base them off Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, they're gonna be pretty cool 9 times out of 10, maybe even 10 times out of 10. But this is just the illest Law has ever looked to me. It actually genuinely makes me really want to try him out. And that's the thing too, is that like every character in this game looks really fun, really interesting, really exciting. The one thing that they've definitely done so far in Tekken 8 with these trailers is making the game look like even more of a spectacle while still maintaining, that Tekken at its core, at least as far as I can tell so far, just from what it looks like. Obviously with the heat mechanic and some of the other things and like maybe the quote unquote forced mix-ups, people are feeling like it's going to be less Tekken-ish. But I don't know, man. It looks like this game is going to be so sick and so hyped from a spectator standpoint, for a casual standpoint, and for people like me who are somewhere in between, like that somewhat competitive and then casual. Because like I don't know if calling me like a casual fighting game player is quite accurate, but I'm obviously not like a pro. I mean, I guess that depends on your definition of pro, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, I play these games for a living, but I'm not like making top 8 at these events, except for sometimes online in DBFZ. But that anyway. Another thing I'll say about all these trailers is that obviously a lot of the characters are still themselves, like they're still very much recognizable. I mean, some of them aesthetically have changed quite a bit. Law, Paul, especially. So like they still seem like the same character at their core, but there's a lot of new moves we're seeing in every single trailer. Like I think even in this one I saw like a move. I mean, again, not the most knowledgeable Tekken player, but there's definitely a couple of moves in here. I mean, obviously everything to do with the nunchucks, and even like a sidestep low, I think he did. That was like a counter hit launcher. Obviously the 1-inch punch was a counter hit launcher. But it seems like they've like redesigned a lot of these characters, which I think is a good thing. I think one of the complaints of like casual play, yeah, that's one of the counter hit launchers, and then of course is God's Hammer is a heat move, because why not? And then yeah, that's the move I was talking about. That little, I assume that's a sidestep low, right? That's what it looks like. Where'd my mouse go? Run it back real quick. I don't know if he just sidestepped and then did a low, or if that is the actual input. Like if it's, what was that? Which foot did he kick with? Did I go back too far or not far enough? Did I go back too far or not far enough? I actually don't know. Let me run it back again. Oh, yeah, I did go back far enough. Run it back. There it is. Sidestep 3? I don't know. Kind of hard to tell. Let me run it back in slow-mo. I sped it up instead of slowing it down. Hold on. I just want to see that one more time. Yeah, I definitely don't think I've ever seen that move from Law before, but I could just be tripping. But what was I saying? Yeah, one of the things I feel like I always hear casual players talk about, or people who are like new or beginning Tekken bring up, is that for one, the game is just really bloated. There's just so many moves, and this may or may not add to that, because again, we don't know how many moves characters are losing, but it seems like they're gaining a lot, so this could go either way. But just like the amount of legacy knowledge that's involved in Tekken, now if you're a legacy Tekken player, obviously this is to your advantage, and it lends well, and you take a lot of pride in that, and having all this legacy knowledge in it, it helps you out competitively and, you know, learning the game and so on and so forth. But also it's like, for some people, it's very daunting to try to learn Tekken, because it's like, well, if I haven't been playing Tekken for 10, 15 years, I'll never get good at the game, because there's just so many characters and so many moves and so many things that have transferred over between games. And I mean, every iteration of Tekken is always going to have new moves, and some characters are going to lose moves. But I don't know. Does characters having a bunch of new moves lend better to newer players because that means there's less legacy knowledge involved? But I guess it depends on whether or not a lot of those new moves are just added on top or if they're replacing certain things. I don't know. I guess it could go either way. I guess it really could go either way. But the game looks incredible, man. I'm still very disappointed that I'm not going to be able to make it to Evo Japan this year, unfortunately, in order and get the chance to actually try the game out for myself in the alpha stage. But I still haven't decided for sure, but I might be making my way to regular Evo or Evo in Vegas. I don't want to go back to Vegas, but I do want to. I do kind of want to go to Evo, and I would assume and I would hope. I think there's a pretty good chance that Tekken. Did I say 7 earlier? Tekken 8 will be playable in some form or fashion at Evo this year. So if I make it there, I'll definitely make sure I get my hands on it. Whether or not I'll be able to record any gameplay or anything like that, I don't know. We'll see what I can make happen. But yeah, man, martial law looks sick, really sick. Can't wait for the next trailer. Well, the next one's most likely, I guess it could be King or Jack or something. I'm sure they're gonna do Lars at some point. I'll still react to Lars. Y'all know how I feel about Lars, but we'll see, man. These trailers have been hyped so far, so maybe even Tekken 8 can give me the rock with Lars a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay tuned for all this content I'm bringing you. With all that being said, let's finish off today. Remember, nothing can happen until you swing the bat. Later.